Welcome to the channel, Gaming Army. This video finds us in our Hunchback. It is a Hunchback 4J, and we are straight into the action on a skirmish match on the Mining Collective. Now, I have pushed way out ahead of my group, and that's because there is a direwolf separated from his teammates, hiding in the tunnel, and we cannot have him shooting his LV2s up the echo line on my teammates. However, what I didn't know when I pushed in here was the fact he's supported. He's got a Madcat Mark II up on the high ground around the corner from me. I managed to take out his right torso. I overheated, and I get some support fire that takes out the left torso on the direwolf, and the ultraviolet goes down. But this is when his friend decides to pay me a visit, and I run like a little schoolgirl out of that tunnel. That is a little too spicy for me at this moment. I need to cool down, reassess things, and unfortunately I've gone to the wrong side. I probably should have been on the other side. It would allow me to peek a little more efficiently. I also didn't realize the Mad Cat is not alone. There is a Hatamoto up there with him as well. And somebody's got eyes on the Hatamoto. It looks like he is pulling out to the high ground. We're going to put our artillery strike out on that high ground. With a little bit of luck, the artillery strike and maybe some additional fire from my teammates will push him off further towards the Delta line and further isolate this Mad Cat so we can get some shots in on him. His mech is still fairly fresh, and I've got to be careful because my CT is weak and my left leg is open. And that is not a good condition to be in, but I'm getting some support. Here comes my friendly Crab, and it looks like a second unit is coming in to back us up as well. Crab is pushing in. I'll let him take lead. I'm going to follow to offer support fire. And Mad Cat is now open CT, so that is perfect for our missiles. So hopefully we get some criticals in there. I'm going to push on through the other side. Unfortunately, I ran into my Crab friend there a little bit, and oh my goodness, I take a Gauss round to the back. How rude. He didn't even introduce himself. But there he is. He's up there in the echo line, somewhere around echo 5. Now, I can't go back through the tunnel again because I'll expose my mech to additional Gauss rounds. So I'm going to take the long way around, deny him his shots. Unfortunately, this means it slows me down getting back into the action and actively shooting. But as we round this corner, let's talk about the build real quickly. Hopefully you've noticed by now this is a different missile configuration. We've gone with kind of a mid-range build with this one. Unlike the earlier build that was LRM heavy, this one we've gone for more of a mid-range build, and we're outfitted with 2 MRM-20s, 5 medium lasers, top speed 68 kph, and we're using that speed to close in on the enemies in front of us. But about this time is when I start taking some damage on my left side, and that must be our friend from earlier who was shooting down the echo line. I'm switching to engage him because it's a Hunchback, and we all know how trashy Hunchbacks are as a mech in general, so this should be an easy kill. No, that's not the reason at all. I need to push this mech because if I don't, he's going to have continual back shots on my teammates. I'm going for the big gun in the right torso. Let's see if we can take that Gauss rifle offline. I managed to do so, but he takes me out in the process. My teammates are able to clean up the last couple of mechs. We come out with a victory with 9 assists, 5 components destroyed, 618 damage done. Moving on to our next drop. This one has us playing Assault Mode on Caustic Valley, and I've noticed the enemy looks like they are starting to gravitate towards their right, which will put them on our left flank. So I've broken off to the left here a little bit. I want to support some of our units, and sure enough, there's an Osiris up on the hillside. He's a little further out than I would like because he's beyond my weapons range, but I'm sure he'll be in any minute now, and if he doesn't come in, we've got some other ones peeking and poking straight ahead of us. I'm going to reposition. I want to engage that Osiris. I don't want him sitting out there, and in the meantime, I can get a couple of pot shots on the enemy formation. Hopefully they don't crest the ridge in unison and focus me, because that would be a really short drop and a short video for you guys. That doesn't happen, and I'm allowed to go after the Osiris as my original intent. So I've got him locked for missile support fire, and I'm adding damage to him as well. That left leg is looking juicy, and between taking his left torso, left leg, a teammate and I are able to chalk up the kill. Well, okay, he gets the kill. But anyway, that's an Osiris off the board, and now I'm in a pretty good position to protect and extend our left flank because the enemy is looking not in my direction, but towards the main forces coming out of Delta 5. And you know me, if there's a distracted unit out there, I'll take as many free shots as they want to give me. Now we're in a superior position. This is where you want to be in a Hunchback. You want to be peeking and leading with that right torso because that's where your big weapon or bulk of your weapons are going to be. And this not only gives me a right-hand peek, but I've got this little lip of terrain to pop up and over, shoot, and drop back down into cover, minimizing the amount of incoming fire that's coming from the enemy team. And this is a very target-rich environment. I can't choose who I want to shoot more. Well, okay, I want to shoot the Madcap more. That's because his right torso was open, and my missiles just love open components. So now he's minus that right torso, and I've noticed there is somebody else trying to do a sneaky flank maneuver up here, Echo 6, Echo 7. So I'm going to push up and over the top again, getting a free shot or two off on the enemy units as I run by. And I want to get eyes on whatever is up here over the hill because I do not want that getting free shots on my teammates. And there is a rifleman 2C with large pulses. So we'll see if we can push him back out of this area. Let him go set up shop somewhere else. His right torso is looking a little weak now, and indeed it looks like he is backing off, which is good for us. Now, two strengths in this mech that I think you're really going to appreciate is the fact that you have quite a bit of firepower clear out to somewhere around 550 meters. It'll go up or down based on your range tweaks and what have you, but that's still a good amount of damage to deal out at that distance. Now, it is a bit splashy. You just got to be aware of that, but it's also really good for keeping an eye out for open components on enemy mechs. So I think you're really going to like the loadout if you choose to go with an MRM build. Now back into this one, our MRMs have found a king crab with lots of open components. We managed to take another component, and there goes his big gun. The AC-20 is now off the king crab. I think we can get a kill shot on that if my teammates don't finish him first, and I think they're going to beat me to the punch. That's okay. I'll keep pushing around to the left because there was something straight ahead of me. Not quite sure what it is, but I'll push around here to check out what's there, and that's when a teammate gets my attention that something's coming over the hill, and there's the summoner from earlier, and we definitely want to get some shots in on him. I believe he was open right torso, if memory serves, and there's our friend, the rifleman from before, and he's open in between my teammate and myself. We're able to get the kill on him. Summoner is back again for second and third helpings. He's half down, left leg is open. Let's see if we can compound his troubles by adding to leg damage, and he goes vertical. And not only does he stick the landing, he breaks his legs sticking the landing. He must have been out of jump juice, and now he is down as well. So we're going to push forward towards the enemy base, and there is another enemy unit. Oh no, he is a disconnect. There, Evan Jag is disconnected, and unfortunately he's disconnected straight in the line that we are taking to get to the enemy base. Okay, I'm not proud of that moment, but it had to be done. I was just getting to the enemy base, guys. That's all it was, and he was in the way. He needed to be killed. So we're coming up on the enemy base for cap. There's one unit left on the board somewhere, so this is going to kill two birds with one stone. In this situation, you can either win by achieving the cap victory, or you're applying pressure to the remaining unit to come out and fight you to avoid being capped. Now he is active with ping, so hopefully this will draw him out, and as a matter of fact it does. Teammate manages to get the kill on him, and we finish this drop out with 2 kills, 7 components destroyed, 904 damage done.